Hi, my name is Charles, and welcome to Around the Cape. Today I'm going to be cooking my own marinara spaghetti sauce. This is a sauce that I sort of created looking at different ingredients online, different videos, quite a few from Food Network. Alton Brown from Good Eats, I did steal a few ideas from him, so sorry Alton. Anyway, this is my marinara because I'll usually add some of my, not mine, but Boca meat or MorningStar crumble. My wife and I are vegetarians, although we do seafood and dairy, so we're not vegan. But you can keep it straight marinara. You can add your own meats if you want. I like it this style. It's a little spicy, a little sweet. This whole thing creates maybe 8 servings. Since it's just us two eating, it'll last four meals for us. Our son does not like any sort of sauce on his spaghetti. So the ingredients in this, either I start with a MorningStar crumble or a Boca. Either one works. This takes one full package of this. I do about a half can of vegetable stock. I will do half an onion. I've already started using it for other things. I'll do 4 cloves of garlic. I usually use the canned guys. The 28-ounce crushed tomatoes. This one has basil. I add basil too. This is used with wine. You cook this down till you just are browning the pieces of tomato. All the sauce is burned off. Then you add the wine, maybe about half of this little guy, and it sears it. It's supposed to bring out better flavors, according to Alton, and I think it does. It tastes quite good. After that, I've got 2 cans of tomato sauce of 8-ounce, 6 ounces of tomato paste. I'll do 1 cup water, and then we're going to go over the various spices as well. I also do carrots as well. I'll chop up the carrots, chop up the onions, put the garlic in, and we'll go over. I'll show you how everything goes together. And then the spices over here. All right, so to start off, we've got 4 tablespoons of dark brown sugar. We got 2 tablespoons of basil, dried basil, 2 tablespoons of dried oregano leaves, and 1/2 teaspoon of fennel seed, followed by about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You do regular or kosher, it's up to you. I'm not a kosher at the moment. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 1/2 teaspoon of crushed black pepper, parsley flakes, maybe about a tablespoon or so, and then Worcestershire sauce, that's probably another tablespoon. You add that, and it's definitely not vegan. I did not know this at the beginning, but it has anchovies in it, which is obviously fish. But I have tried some of my recipes without it, especially in my chili, and it's lacking if I don't add that certain ingredient. Now it's time to chop up the onion, however much you need. Like I said, maybe half of this I'll do. That's probably too much. I will save the rest. I don't need to cut them down too small because I've got a secret weapon for this guy to get everything nice and small. also do celery as well. I don't have any at the moment. Have not noticed a difference in taste, maybe in texture. Our garlic. I'm gonna cheat and do this. And do a few. That's 3 heaping teaspoons in there. All right, on to cooking the meat. Start with these 2 pans. I've got both going on heat, medium low to start out with. Little extra virgin olive oil for you. I kind of eyeball this. I don't have an actual number I do in each one. Warm it up. I'm doing the chopped tomatoes in here. Let's see. Crushed tomatoes in here, sorry. And then in this side, I'm doing my Boca, or MorningStar, whichever one you got. Like I said, add the whole package. Actually, I believe we got the wrong kind. This should be not crushed tomatoes, but chunks of it, because you want to cook it down to get the chunks to sear. This will be a first for me, so we'll see how this goes. I'll still cook it for a long time, add the wine. Flavor should be good. I probably just won't be able to add some sear to the pieces of tomatoes like I normally do. Now let this reduce down, and that's got to brown up a bit, so this would be probably good 10 minutes. That might be 15 to 20 on this guy. Again, got the wrong kind. Oh well. You do what you got to do with what you got. I'll come back in about 10 minutes and see how we're doing. All right. Cooking this up nicely. Making a big old mess, but whatever. Reducing it. This guy's coming along too. He's cooked nicely. I could brown it a bit more, or take it out. I think I'll just take it out right now. Alright. Get as much as you can out. It's okay if you have some left though. Off to the side with that. Add a little more olive oil because we're going to do the vegetables now. Getting low. I have to get some more. Rather nicely burned on the bottom, but over time we're cooking with this and then all the sauce, cooking for a few hours, a lot of this is going to come up. I usually let this simmer when it's all together, 2-3 hours maybe. It gets nice and thick, nice and flavorful. Turn the heat a bit, spit that out. Introducing nicely. That's starting to come up. We have some nicely cooked pieces of the MorningStar mixed in. Give it some nice flavor. And I can't wait for smell-o-vision. This smells good. Alright, so next I will do the vegetable broth. I said half can, sometimes I add a little more. That. Let that warm up, cook up a bit. It's thickening up nicely. Nice. And I did say I had a secret weapon to get this all pureed. So I'm going to let this cook up, warm up. And then next, I can add our tomato sauces. We do want some water in here too, so when we wash out these, we can add more water with it. There we go. Next are 2 cans of 6-ounce tomato paste. Much as possible out of there. Luckily I've washed my hands a lot. And then nicely I'm going going to try and mix up the carrots and the onion, puree them. Not so many pieces in this sauce. You could leave them if you like them in your sauce. I like a little more smooth sauce myself. Do be careful with this. It's rather hot and splatter does hurt. These things are also great for shakes and smoothies. A lot quicker cleanup than any blender. Still have great power. I don't think it'll do very well with ice if you're making that sort of blend, but regular fruits, vegetables, and ice cream, no problem. All right, that's going. You're gonna add the spices now. This is everything we measured out from before. I did forget to mention bay leaf. I usually do a couple as well. One and a half, two. Bring that down before I start splattering. Set into the spices. And the dark brown sugar. Already quite thick. I should probably add a cup of water, but over the next couple hours it'll probably cook all of that down as well. I've noticed this sauce that I make does get rather thick when I use it. I usually will bag 3 of the 4 helpings and freeze it and use the one that I just made within a couple of days from the fridge. I've had it go for a month and a half frozen and it's been fine, but it does come out rather thick and I usually have to add some more water when I'm cooking it back up after it's unfrozen. I don't know if this will give the same flavor as the should have been the diced tomatoes, but I'm just thickening up. I'll see how far I can take this. Got our already cooked meat. Throw that back in there. Sorry, meat. Mix that in there. Smells quite good. Oh, can I forget Worcestershire sauce. Couple of throws in. I don't know, 2 tablespoons maybe. Doesn't take much. It's pretty good for a spaghetti sauce. The vegetarian spaghetti sauce. Alright, all I got left to do is add in the wine to this. Let that cook for a little while and then throw it in there. And we'll cover this just to stop the splatter so much. That thickened up nicely. All right, well, I'm not going to get any real searing or burning from pieces. Think about a half of that, if that. Cook that up. another 5 minutes or so, maybe less. Does seem to give the tomatoes a different flavor, obviously, but I believe Alton Brown said something about releasing certain chemicals that are in tomatoes. When wine is introduced to tomatoes, those chemicals are released, and you got a whole different flavor composition. I don't know. Tastes good. Nice smell to it. Tomatoes and wine. Oof. This pan will be fun to clean up. Alright. Add this in. It's quite a thick one. That's spaghetti sauce. Nice. It's already got a good smell to it. We'll do another cup of water. Because as it cooks over the next couple hours, it's going to lose all that water, if not more. So see how thick it is by the end. All right, I'll cook it on low a few hours, let it simmer down, and I'll check on it periodically, and then I'll have to let it cool and put what I'm going to use this week in a Tupperware and the rest in a few quart Ziploc freezer bags. I'll mark the date that I put them in there just to make sure I don't forget, and for the next 3-4 weeks, I'll having homemade spaghetti sauce. I hope you enjoyed all this. I know it's not Food Network quality, but it's my own take on what I found around and works for someone who's vegetarian, not necessarily vegan, but you could adjust to fit your needs. This beats any sauce that I've tried from jars. Always lacking, a little bland. I don't think this quite hits what I used to get when I was younger. I did eat meat, and there was a family that I eat with occasionally, and the mom would make homemade sauce, gravy for you in the Chicago area, Italians, with neck bones. And the flavor was outstanding. And since I don't do that anymore, I've been looking for my own sauce. And after trying all the other made sauces, nothing really hit. I was kind of lucky to, one of the first times out of the box, I hit this recipe. And I was very happy with it. My wife loves it too. So whenever I can, I try to make this. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed watching me mess up and make do with what I had. But in the end, it's still going to taste good. So thank you again for joining me on Around the Cape. Again, my name is Charles, and hit the like button if you found this informative, and subscribe if you want. I'll be putting videos out every 3 weeks. Nothing major, just items I do around the house to help people if they want some help in certain areas. And take care. Thanks. Bye.